All right, so I got an update on that Chicago police officer that was arrested out in Arizona. Uh, that was a while ago. Probably like 6 months ago is when I did the original story. Um, body cam footage is released, so I wanted to share that. His lawyer speaks. At the end of the day, we all know that he was uh, definitely targeted. I believe he even lost. Did he lose? I don't remember if he lost a job. We'll get all the information. But yeah, I don't think this footage is going to make anything uh, any better for the Arizona Police Department or Tempe Police Department. All right, so let's check this out. Y'all let me know what y'all think. All right, it's Ricky Rich with Black Primacy. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on your notifications.
Pulled this man over. They didn't know they were pulling over a police officer. We broke this story last year, and tonight we're finally seeing exclusive body camera video raising serious questions. Was that man unfairly targeted and arrested? ABC 15 investigator Nicole Grigg got the footage, and it has the NAACP demanding answers.
Hey, give me your ID.
This is the traffic stop.
For what? For tripping your tires.
That's raising serious questions.
I come in the back of the car.
About why these officers put an unarmed black man in handcuffs after just 4 seconds. We did not get this video from Tempe police.
Go ahead, put it on the curb.
That's because the department says it would take them more than a year to release it.
I don't want to sit down.
I'm not asking you. I'm telling you to sit down.
We got permission to show it
Sit down or we're going to put you on the ground, dude.
from the man at the center of all of this, a Chicago police officer.
You're under arrest. Okay?
Under arrest?
I'll explain in a second, but you do need to take a seat.
Questions about policies and procedures inside Tempe PD.
Pull your hands back up behind your butt.
This cannot be okay.
And because of those questions, the NAACP is getting involved.
This cannot be acceptable. This cannot continue to happen. Something needs to be done.
Pastor Andre Miller is the state vice president, and he wants answers from Tempe PD about whether Jalen Woods was targeted on Mill Avenue.
To see an actual African-American police officer who should have gotten a ticket, should have gotten some type of courtesy, not be given any type of courtesy, be arrested, taken to jail. That's not okay.
We first told you about his case a few months ago. Jalen arrested and taken to jail.
Because I feel as though those officers did what they did to me because of my skin color.
A police report says he revved the engine, causing the tires to squeal for 1 to 2 seconds. Officers say it was an illegal exhibition of speed, but city prosecutors dropped his case.
The police report that as officers performed the traffic stop, the odor of freshly burnt rubber was coming from the vehicle could be detected.
Most police reports that we see, especially when you find an instance of police overreach or police misconduct or what have you, you see wordsmithing, right? You see a police report to justify actions that are not justifiable. And for me, reading this, that is what I see.
Here's the body camera video. Jalen is driving that orange Dodge Hellcat. There is no audio for the first 30 seconds.
You can see Jalen's car right there.
Right, no smoke. There was no spinning of tires. Even without audio, you don't see smoke. Those tires would generate smoke.
The audio turns on here as a bike officer approaches him.
Hey, give me your ID.
Then the officer tells him to pull over after the light turns green.
You want to step by the car for me?
Did that video look? I mean, I wished there's always something missing, right? Like, to me, this does not look like he was driving in any manner that would require him to be arrested. I don't care if this wheel squeaked or not, right? Like, just looking at this portion of the video. Well, let's go back to the original speed. Looking at this portion of the video, there's nothing at that portion of the video that would make one believe, again, regardless if the tires squeaked or not. I don't think they did, but even if they did, write me a ticket. Right? Write me a ticket. But to be arrested, nothing there looks to have um, any reason to arrest someone. Maybe I'm missing something. Y'all let me know.
As a bike officer approaches him.
Hey, give me your ID.
Then the officer tells him to pull over after the light turns green.
You want to step out of the car for me? What? I'm asking you to step out. Well, I'm asking what's the talk in the back of the car. I don't want to. I'll have to. So you're going to step out of the car for me, or I'm going to have to make you.
Jalen does get out of his rental car. Here's a full exchange as he's placed in handcuffs.
Come to the back of the car. Here's that. You got you in the car? I'm the police, bro. You're on the police? You see, I gave you my ID. I didn't see it.
He's in handcuffs as soon as he gets out of the car.
I gave you my ID. I didn't see it.
That's outrageous. That's absolutely outrageous, especially for traffic, right? He's asking why. He wants to know what the issue is. And as soon as he steps out the vehicle, he's put in handcuffs as if he's some type of threat. Why?
The body camera video goes on to show Jalen asking why he's in cuffs.
What am I under arrest for? Sit down.
I'll explain to you in a second.
Gas the tires, I'm going to jail?
Oh, I didn't say you're going to jail.
That's under arrest. You go to jail for being under arrest.
That's up to this officer if you're going to jail, but you are under arrest. So.
The NAACP vice president says it's not just what he's seeing, but what he hears the officers say.
So as soon as we pull people out of the car, we put them in handcuffs because people run from us all the time down here.
I think that's a lie. And again, that's not justified. We've seen people pulled out of cars for DUIs or whatever the case may be, right? And they don't automatically get placed in handcuffs. That's not even policy that I know of.
Then listen as they told Jalen he has to go to jail.
Since you're out of state, I can't cut you a ticket.
The ABC 15 investigators went through Tempe's cite and release policy. It says physical arrests are only for DUIs, felonies, unlawful flight, and refusing to sign a citation. None of that fits Jalen's case. Tempe's policy also says out-of-state violators will not be brought into the station to post bond as long as they will take care of the ticket.
We have officers misapplying statute. We have officers stating things that are supposed laws that are not. And these are the people who police us and have controls over our freedoms.
And another concern, officers told Jalen and his passenger they have no choice but to impound the car.
Honestly, I don't want to tow the car. I have to tow the car. Because of state law, it mandates you to tow it.
But Jalen and his lawyers dispute whether towing the car was really required.
And with them impounding it, it gave them the right to do an inventory search, which I feel was an aggressive tactic by them to go around my Fourth Amendment rights to search my vehicle without probable cause, because they had none.
Since Jalen's arrest, the NAACP has met with Tempe PD with concerns around their bike unit and how they treat African Americans.
This cannot continue to happen. Something needs to be done. And I put that at the chief's feet.
Miller says he's pushing for these officers to be retrained and reprimanded.
This is a bad arrest. And this has to be stated to be a bad arrest from the Tempe Police Department.
The Tempe Police Department tells us they're currently doing a comprehensive internal review of Jalen's stop. The review is to ensure that officers follow the law and treated Jalen as they would treat anyone else in a similar circumstance. We asked Tempe if it's their policy to place people in handcuffs for every traffic stop on Mill Avenue, but Tempe declined to answer additional questions because Jalen has indicated he plans to file a lawsuit. I'm investigator Nicole Grigg, ABC 15, Arizona.
And I think Jalen should absolutely file a lawsuit. I don't think I've seen too many more blatant misuse of I'll say policing power in a very long time. These cops were just making up things on the fly. Um, I think because of the way that he looked, uh, he probably had the music going, having a good time, had the homie with him, that they were looking to find something. Because if they would have found something in his car, it would have been a different story. Even though it was an unjustified stop, he probably still could have got the charges dropped, but it wouldn't have been as big of a situation if they would have for them if they would have found um something in his car. So that that impound tactic to be able to search his car, I thought was I I didn't even know that that was a thing, but I just very interesting. As I said in the first video, which I'll link in the description, I think this was a an attempt to uh I think this was an attempt to dirty up his name for whatever reason. I can't remember if he had something going on in with his Chicago. I can't remember. I have to go back and watch that video. But either way, the the evidence that they found with the let me go back to it here
And refusing
with all of the policies, right? Having to take him to jail because he's out of state. That makes no sense. I've gotten a few tickets out of state, out of the county, out of the area. Um, I mean, it actually sucks getting them out of state because you typically can't fight it. I mean, these days I believe you can. I haven't gotten a ticket in a while, these days I believe you can show up virtually. To have virtual appointments ever since COVID, but before COVID, like you just had to pay it if you weren't able to show up to court, right? Um, but going to jail just simply because you're out of state for a traffic violation, I think they're trying to dirty up his name as a cop. What was the other one? There was two. Here we go. Oh yeah. I mean, clear as day. Out of state visitor violators will not be brought in to the station to post bond as they indicate they will take care of the ticket even when they are not going to be in Arizona on the prescribed court date. Pay the man, pay the man, pay the man. Pay the man. And this body cam footage being released, I don't remember exactly when this happened. They may have mentioned it in the video. Oh, it's got a date here. Let's see. Oh, okay. So this happened in August of 2024. So right around the time I did the video, I didn't know it happened. So, because he had did the interview and everything, so it was on top of it. So it hasn't been a year yet. That's cool. Uh, let's pay this man. Let's pay this man. I thought this body cam footage was released. You know, they always hold the body cam footage for a year. You know, sometimes longer. Um, so yeah, pay the man. Evidence is clear. Evidence is clear. Hopefully, his lawyer uh gets this done. Um, but they gotta pay the man. It was embarrassing. Not only was it embarrassing, it was just wrong. Um, you know, as a police officer, I'm sure they expect to get some sort of courtesy, um, which wasn't what it wasn't applied, and not that he needs courtesy. It's just if he wasn't black, he definitely would have gotten it right. Um, it's just it's gonna make him look bad on his. He's gonna have this mark on his career. Even getting the charges dropped, right? Um, make it, I think I brought it up in the first video. It makes me wonder if he reconsiders being in law enforcement, knowing how he is treated even as a cop himself. You're always black first, right? And you will be treated as such in these types of situations. So definitely had to update you all, but yeah, check out the original with this interview here, and yeah, let me know what you think. All right, it's Ricky Rich with Black Primacy. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on your notifications.